Okay, so before we start anything else, I have here a fact or bluff. So you just tell me if this one is a fact or if it is a bluff, right? So let's have number one. If x equals 2, then x plus 1 is equal to 3. Is it a fact or is it a bluff? That is a fact. Okay, next. Number two, if y equals 3, then 2y is equal to 5. Is it a fact or is it a bluff? That is a bluff, of course. That is not correct. All right, next, let's have number three. If x equals 1 and y equals 4, then xy is equal to 4. Is it a fact or is it a bluff? Yes, that is a fact. Okay, next, number 4. If x equals 3 and y equals 2, then 2x minus y is equal to 8. Is it a fact or is it a bluff? That is a bluff. Why do you think is it a bluff? Okay, so later I will explain to you how we, we should evaluate algebraic expressions. Okay, next, number 5. I have here, if a equals 5 and b equals 2, then 2 times a divided by b is equal to 15. Is it a fact or is it a bluff? Okay, that is a bluff. All right. So for today, we are going to have our lesson all about evaluating algebraic expressions. Okay, so how do we evaluate algebraic expressions? To answer that, here are the steps on how to evaluate. Okay, so the first step is to replace the variable by the given number or value. So you just have to substitute that letter with the given number. In short, sa Tagalog, palitan mo lang yung number, yung letter ng ibinigay na number. Ganun lang. And then, of course, step 2 is to perform the indicated operation following PEMDAS. Alright? Following PEMDAS, not just MDAS, because there are cases na may makikita kayong parenthesis. Ibig sabihin, kailangan mo unahin yung nasa loob ng parenthesis. Then after that, follow the one with the exponent. Okay, so kung may exponent, kung saan nakakapit yung exponent, yun na base, kailangan mo munang isolve yon. Then you have to follow the multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction rule. In short, you have to solve na. So let's have the following example number 1. Okay, so I have here, if x equals to, okay, there you go. If x equals 2, therefore x plus 1 is equal to 2 plus 1, or that is simply equal to 3. And this is already our final answer. Alright? Yan, ganun lang ang pag-solve. Substitute lang and then solve using your calculator if you cannot solve it manually. Alright? Anyways, if you can solve it manually, then you have to solve it manually. But if there are cases na medyo complicated yung situation, then you can use a calculator. Right? Next, number 2. If I have y is equal to 3, therefore, what is 2y? To evaluate 2y, of course, you just have to substitute this y here with the given number, which is 3. So, solving 2y, 2y means there is an implied operation, and that is multiplication. So, meaning, yung 2, i-times mo daw sa y. If your y is 3, therefore 2 times 3 is equal to 6. Yun, ganun lang. Okay, next, let's have the following. Number 3. If x equals 1 and y equals 4, what is xy? To solve for xy, you have to recall that xy means x times y. Therefore, you have to substitute this x or replace this x with a given number, which is 1. And substitute this y or replace this y or palitan mo tong y with a given value of y, which is 4. So, kung meron kang x times y, therefore, magkakaroon ka ng y, 1 times 4. And 1 times 4 is equal to 4. So you just have to be very careful. There are times kasi na negative yung binibigay sa atin. And if that is the case, you have to recall on how to perform indicated operation on integers. All right, so our final answer here is 4. Next, let's have number 4. Okay, 4. If x equals 3 and y equals 2, then 2x minus y equals what? All right. So 2x means 2 times x. You have to remember that constant, variable, magkatabi, the invisible operation is always multiplication. And this symbol here is minus. Therefore, let's solve for 2x. 2x, your x is 3. Therefore, we have 2 times 3. And 2 times 3, that is equal to 6, right? Then 6 minus y, your y is 2, therefore 6 minus 2, that is equal to 4. Right? So that is our final answer. Next, let's have number 5 example. Number 5, if A equals 3 and B equals 2, then 2A divided by B is equal to 2 times 3 divided by 2. Okay, so how were we able to come up with that answer? It's because 2A means 2 times A. If your A is given by 3, therefore 2 times 3, ito yon, that is equal to 6. Okay? And then your B is 2, right? Ayun, sinabi na ang B mo ay 2, so therefore 6 divided by 2, that is equal to 3. And that is our final answer. All right, next, let's have number 6. Okay, I have here if A equals 3 and B equals negative 1, therefore A squared plus B. Okay, yun. Ang binigay na A natin is 3, ang binigay na B is negative 1. So if that is the case, you have to solve it one at a time. Okay, so palitan natin yung A ng 3 na given, then you have to square it, of course, kasi pinalitan pa lang naman natin dito yung A, and then copy plus, and then copy your B. Alright, so again, paano nakuha yon? Okay, you see that? Alright, so yung B natin ay papalitan natin ng negative 1 which is given here. So ito yung sinasabi ko na you have to be very careful kasi at times talaga minsan negative to, minsan decimal, minsan fraction, but madalas positive and negative ang nakikita natin. Alright, so palitan natin ngayon yung b ng negative 1. So therefore, this is equal to, solve for 3 squared. 3 squared means yung squared dito, yung exponent dito, you have to always remember that it tells, the exponent tells how many times the base is to be multiplied by itself. Therefore, hindi ito 3 times 2. Again, hindi ito 3 times 2. Again, for the last time, this is not 3 times 2, but 3 times 3. Yung exponent na 2 ang nagdidikta, nagsasabi kung kailan mo, ilang beses mong imumultiply yung base, this is the base, which is 3, to be multiplied by itself. So this is 3 times 3. And 3 times 3, that is equal to, of course, 9. Right? Then copy plus negative 1. Okay, so this is equal to what? You can clearly see na nagkaroon tayo dito ng 9 plus 1. This is addition of integers. Remember, in adding integers, when both signs are the same, the sign of the final answer is also the same. But kung magkaiba sila, titignan natin kung sino yung mas mataas. Since mataas si 9, mas mataas si 9, therefore the sign of your final answer is positive. Pero you have to subtract. Ibawas natin yung konti sa marami, that is 8. Alright, and that is already the final answer. Alright, so that is the last example that I will be giving to you. Now, in solving your activities, you don't need to show to me your solution. You can just simply use a scratch paper. No need for you to attach your scratch paper to me as you answer your activity. Alright, I just needed you to answer the activity and then submit it. That's all. Alright, so I hope you learned a lot in this lesson. See you soon. Bye bye.